Yo, what's up, JP Fitness Warriors? JP coming at you with a movement-based movie. This one's basically free PT. Get it here, get it free. So today what we're doing is we're going to talk about a movement that is not necessarily linear, because we all think linear. We all think, how can I get better? Sometimes thinking centrifugically or sometimes thinking laterally. An easier way to think about it is sometimes this may benefit that, but doesn't necessarily seem connected. So this is that sort of exercise. I've spent years trying to help guys that some things I just bang my head against. One of the things is, why can't I get them to feel the same malevolent tension that I get, or when I used to get when I was bodybuilding, and all my guys seem to get who can move correctly when they can set their shoulder and have a strong grip. So grip and shoulder, who would have thought they have a very strong symbiotic relationship? Right? And thinking about the body as a system, if your big toe ain't on, then something up here is going to be affected, all right? So the system has to work simultaneously. It's like a car that's fine-tuned. You can have the best car, if it's tuned terribly, it's not going to perform efficiently. Movement is about efficiency. Whichever efficiency you choose to adopt or it sort of manifests through bodybuilding, through functional training, through whatever, then that's where you chop from. But you need to understand movement as a foundation. So this exercise is going to be based on training to get maximal tension in the chest. So get that maximal tension from, who would have thought, strong grip, set the shoulder. You get that grip and shoulder going right, you can generate far better amounts of tension through here. So this is the exercise, this is what I'm thinking today. So try this before you bench press, right? Get yourself some kettlebells, floor press. What you're focusing on is you're focusing on not allowing your kettlebell to pull you into that sort of lateral deviation coupled with flexion, which a lot of people end up benching in. That tends to spew the shoulder into internal rotation. So what I want to see is a strong grip. Because the bell is on the outside, it's going to want to collapse your wrist. So it's going to train you neurologically. It's going to give you an awareness tactic to go, oh shit, I've really got to work my grip, and that's quite hard. So it makes you realize just the level of tension you need to succeed with this, with sort of benching correctly. So we're going to go from a 45-degree angle with the elbows from the body. What you're going to do is you're going to pull the shoulder blades nice and tight. Keep the butt tight, like you're trying to suck a piece of poo in. Hold a big fart in. Then, pushing into the ground, flaring the knees with that torque. Strong grip. It should sit right on the flat surface of the radial ulnar joint. It shouldn't sit on the edge of it. You're going to press up into external rotation. Then you're going to protract. Retract back into position. Breathe in as you're coming down. Pause. Push back up as you externally rotate. Come back down. Push. Remember, if you get me from the side, you want to make sure your elbows are stacked. So you're stacked in that end range physiological joint extension. You don't, if you're hypermobile, don't go hypermobile on me. Don't go hyperextensive. Flex. Always, you're at the end range when you've got maximal tension in the shoulders and you flex the biceps. You can still flex the biceps. Someone who's hyperextensive can't flex the biceps when they've gone hyperextensive. Coming down, over flexing, touch, don't place, push and screw. One more rep. Coming down, touch and place, push and screw. Pausing at the top, pausing at the bottom, creating that indifference so that you can actually understand the movement, breaking it down for the nervous system. So if you're bad at movement, just break it down, so that you can do it. But to break it down, you must understand the movement first. So that is training wrist strength, shoulder position, and the idea or the ideology that you need a lot of tension to perform movement. So if you're in a bench press, you're still creating torque. The level of torque is dependent on what you're creating torque off of. But what I want you to take to this is the one joint approach, which I've talked about before, screwing in from the shoulder, not from the wrist. If you went to open up a door handle, just imagine I'm opening up a door handle, I'd screw it from the radial ulnar joint primarily. If I went to break that door handle off, I would do it from the shoulder and everything would be tight as a response, right? Same thing when you're bench pressing. You want to be externally rotating, creating that stability in the shoulder, but not as a result of over-rotating, which is a loss of that stability, okay? So think about that. Have a crack at that before you bench. Think about your wrist, strong grip, no broken grip. Think about your shoulder, screwing it in, torque. Think about coming down slow, pushing up to full extension, pausing, keeping everything on, like you're trying to flex, not turning it off. You turn it off, there's slack in the system, loss of tension, bleed power, bleed strength, injury prone. Anyway, give it a crack, guys. Let me know how you feel. Let me know what you think. Any emails, whatever, send it to me. Later, I'll see you later.